Hi guys, welcome back for another one. And in today's video, it's like totally Jubilee. So without further ado, if you're ready for it, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Oh, I didn't do my damn hand gesture. Didn't do it. Now before I kick this off, we are most likely getting an update on Tuesday in just a few days. So I think they held back a lot of the data they were going to give us until that blog post, as that will focus around all the new characters. So before I go through all this blog post, I want to tell you guys what you guys should expect. So let's see if we can get a calendar up here. Alright, so guys, this is what you guys can expect. So new patch will drop February 2nd. So what you guys can expect on that day, I do believe Jubilee will be the featured Red Star character. So if you've been hoarding some orbs like I have for my girl Jubilee, that's going to be the day to crack. But please, if the patch has been any indication, before you start cracking up your Red Star orbs, please verify that Jubilee is in that orb before you do so. Because Jubilee's event should be February 8th. Now we're going to get into this mess a little bit later when we get to this dev blog, because it is sort of a mess and there are multiple sides to why people are angry, frustrated, and so on and so forth. We'll get to that a little bit later. Now Iceman is going to be rolling in over this patch, so this patch is going to be pretty loaded. It will probably be a 6 or 7 week patch. They'll probably stretch it out a little bit longer than a normal patch. They obviously didn't have a good enough plan when they released the mega patch, and we've been getting blitz release after blitz release after blitz release. And players, especially those who are now getting screwed over by Blitz Sim, are not that happy about it, and I don't blame them. So Iceman would be the 4th and the 11th Blitz, which pretty much makes Bishop, unless they put a break in here, which I'm thinking they're going to have to do. I really do think they're going to put in a break, and I'll explain why here in a little bit. So Bishop would have to be the 18th and the 25th, or he would be the 25th and then March 4th. Now the main reason I say they might have to put a break in here is because the featured Red Star character usually lasts for a week, which means we would have to get a new featured character on the 9th. Now, this could be Bishop, with Bishop's Blitz coming up on possibly the 18th. Or it could actually be White Tiger, as rumored that she'll be the event campaign character. It should be released here, and her event will probably start on the, usually it starts on either like a Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, somewhere in there. So if that's the possible case, that usually the event and campaign characters usually begin near the beginning of the patch. So she would begin there, and that would mean that Bishop would get pushed, because they probably would have released Bishop during this calendar week, and his first blitz would be the 25th. And this also gives them time to take a month off from milestone characters like Emma Frost for the new milestone character, which is rumored to be Moon Knight, to begin sometime near the beginning of March, balancing out that 4-week rotation and allowing offers for him somewhere in here. Now that's a lot of characters in 1 month. I do believe we'll get a chill out period after this before they begin the next patch, or they could go straight into it. Who knows what they've been doing over this long break? We assume they took the time off. They could have been cranking out data. That's all we know. They could spread this out even more. I mean, they could easily spread this out even longer. The milestone rotations do work out every 2 weeks, so they could put a 6-week break in. Heck, they could put a 2-week break in and do something totally outside the norm. But I would expect back-to-back offers all through February for these characters, or Red Star events, because the only way it doesn't work out that way is if Bishop's Blitz keeps getting pushed. Alright, so now that the calendar stuff's done, let's talk about this blog post. So Jubilee, they're going to say the requirements are going to be harder than normal. I don't know what the original requirements were for the other characters. I do know a lot of legendaries were beginning of the game when level 65 was here, so it's possible the gear level could have been like 40 or 50. I mean, some of the clearings of some of these legendary characters is around like less than 100k collection power. So it is quite possible that this was long overdue. Now, Ebony Mall's event was very difficult. I don't know if it's around the same level requirements, so I think it almost is, because it was pretty difficult, especially the Mission 5 one. Obviously, it was designed to be easier if you had Yo-Yo, difficult if you had to sub in Miss Marvel. So this is pretty cool that they're giving this to us now. This first one, Mission 5, if you are someone who has your Stark Tech maxed out, you can probably get away with this bare minimum level 60, maybe even a little less than that, because there's a big difference between Stark Tech level 10 and Stark Tech level 25. So you could probably get away with a little less requirements if you have your Stark Tech maxed out. I can't wait to see reporting on this mission 7. Is it really going to be that difficult? And this is something else that concerns me. There are a lot of times you guys see me cover in the past these event campaign characters. We're talking about White Tiger a little bit ago. Is this a prelude to upping the difficulty? Now, it is overdue, I get that, but also I have to put myself in a new player's shoes. How would I feel if level caps were constantly raised on me? Not constantly raised, it's been a long time, but if it was raised as I was coming through, it's probably not a great feeling, but at some part they had to move the bar up, I get that. So hopefully some players don't take that personally. I know it sucks, but hopefully when that time comes, it's not taken too badly by the player base. So here's the thing that a lot of people got frustrated about. So the special note, they announced last week's blog post that Nick Fury was coming up, and Swerve, nope, he's not, Jubilee is. So a lot of people speculated based on the normal rotation, Nick Fury would have been the 8th, Jubilee would have been the 22nd. So I looked at the February 22nd date, said I have plenty of time to get Ghost and Yellow Jacket finished. I already have Stature finished, but I have plenty of time to get those two finished. So there's no point in me spending cores to refresh anything. If it gets close to that time period and I don't have it, then I can go then, but I feel I was on a good pace to not have to do so. So that was my example. Let's take an example of another player. Someone who realized that they were further away, said, hey, if I invest my cores into Yellow Jacket, Ghost, and Stature, I mean, assuming they don't have Stature 5 stars, that I can make it for Jubilee. So they started investing all these cores, okay, thinking that the date was February 22nd. Now, to Scopely's credit, they never said an official date. But there's a problem with the cadence thing, and there's a problem with content creators, and I'll even throw myself underneath the bus, is when we report things, people take that as facts. You know, we speculate and we try to do the best we can to say, hey, you know what, we're not official spokespeople, we don't know, we're just speculating, but people take it as facts. And because it fits the narrative of how Scopely normally does business, it's validated, right? It's validated. Our feelings are validated. So I totally understand the player base getting upset about this one. Me, on the other hand, like I said, take my example. I now have to go from, oh, I can do this passively to I need to get aggressive. And that's what I did last night. I started refreshing the War Store and I started refreshing farming Yellow Jacket multiple times in one day. Because now I'm in a crunch, right? I got less than a week, or a little bit longer than a week, but I don't have much time to pull this off. And I really, even though I'm no longer 100% free to play, I really don't want to have to spend, selfishly, I really don't want to have to spend to get Jubilee. So you're right. So it's like the rug been pulled from underneath me, even though I have to give them credit that they never officially said. But saying Nick Fury's first, I knew I at least had until Nick Fury showed up as the legendary event. That at the minimum is disappointing. Even if Jubilee was the week right after Nick Fury and they didn't give us the 2 weeks, that's fine. At least we weren't lied to. And if they knew this was wrong, why did they wait to a Friday dev blog instead of releasing out the minute they realized they made a mistake? That's what's wrong. That's what's shady. If you made a mistake, announce it as soon as you figure that out. Moving on. Dark Dimension 4 Celebration. They didn't really say much here, but spoiler alert, I did see some Discord news. Apparently the player base is going to be able to choose between Ghost and Call. So everyone will be able to pick out the one that they really want. I think that's awesome. That's an awesome move. I don't know if we were supposed to be told that or whatnot. And I don't like, if they're doing something good for us, I really hate for it to be spoiled because it makes them not want to do things like that in the future. And I hope the person that leaked that takes that into consideration, that if you want to help the player base, sometimes keeping your mouth shut's the best thing for it. Just saying. But anyways, I'll personally be picking out Ghost if that's the case, as it saves me on war credits, gets me Jubilee to 7 stars faster, and sometime this calendar year, Black Order will be passed as the meta team. So yeah, why keep investing in something if I know its days are numbered? Not saying you shouldn't invest in it if you're someone who hasn't invested in it yet, because even when it does get passed, it will still be a top team in the game. I'm just saying, why keep pushing that arena number if I know something's going to be able to beat it soon? Blitzes, Miles Morales, thank God it looks like we are done with all these events that require us to blitz. So players who want Miles Morales or don't have him maxed out, congratulations, you'll be able to get more shards easily because I am taking this blitz off. I don't feel like I took a blitz off in 8 weeks, guys. It's been a long January and a long December. And then after that, we are getting Iceman. Can't wait to see this one. Once again, I think at a minimum, scoping needs to go and change all blitz character releases as 45 shards unlocked. Until they fix Blitz Sim or Blitz in general as a release method, putting characters behind that 100, and I know their thought process, right? People will spend, early game players will spend to unlock Iceman. But in most cases, a majority of them will not because they can't spend on everything in the game. It's $50. Come on, guys. So at a 45, it allows them to unlock. It would be 2 stars, not that useful in later game content, which a lot of players are in, but it allows them to use the character. And guess what? If they love the character, maybe they'll spend on it. And then Chaos Theory returns. Once again, guys, getting Wakandan sucks, but for Chaos Theory, it is one of the most important things in the game. Allows you to stack up on silver promotion credits, gold promotion credits, and it allows you to choose the character you want to rank up. It's a very slow process, but hey, it's way better than the system we had before, and it's way better than the RNG of the red star orbs, and that's where I'm going to end this one, guys. So guys, if you like this one, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here and have not done so already, hit that subscribe button, and if you do not want to miss any other hot takes I have, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ain't forget my fist pump this time. Bye.